said it wasn't working, like that would make it clean. Like pennies come with answers, and not just in between. I nodded like I understood, like I could let it go. But something in my chest refused to follow. You packed up all your reasons, folded them away. I stayed behind with feelings that didn't fade. I loved you past the end, past the final word, past the quiet car ride home when nothing else was heard. I loved you past the end, past the closing door. Love doesn't always stop when you say you can't anymore. I still saved your number long after we were done. I still imagine futures that would never come. You moved into new daylight, new hands, a different view. I stayed loving the memory of who I was with you. They say love needs two hearts to survive the bed, but mine kept beating even at the end. I loved you past the end, through the silence and the space, through the empty side of the bed and the shadow of your face. I loved you past the end, when it made no sense at all. Sometimes love doesn't listen when it's told to fall. Maybe that's not weeping, maybe that's just true. Some hearts take longer to unlearn what they knew. I don't regret the loving, I regret the goodbye. I loved you past the end, but I'm learning how to stop. Not because I stopped caring, but because I gave it all I've got. I loved you past the end, and now I finally see loving you beyond goodbye was loving honestly. It didn't vanish overnight, it didn't pretend. I loved you fully, even past the end. The words are still hanging in the air we left. The room feels heavier now that there's nothing left. Your coffee's still on the table, half cold, half untouched, like everything we started but never said enough. I thought you'd come back in after the anger passed, but you walked straight through the quiet and left me in the aftermath. I waited in the aftermath, where the noise used to be, where the walls still remember what you said to me. I waited in the aftermath, like he fight wasn't the ending, it was what came after. The way you stopped trying, the absence of your laughter. I replayed every sentence, looking for a crack where love might slip through and quietly come back. I stayed among the pieces of what we used to have. You didn't look behind you. I waited in the aftermath. I waited in the aftermath, counting every breath, like time would change its mind and undo what you left. I waited in the aftermath, where the truth settled in. Sometimes love doesn't explode, it just quietly gives in. If I'd known the silence would be louder than the fight, I might have chosen anger over this long night. I don't regret the storm, I regret the calm. I waited in the aftermath till waiting felt like shame, till I realized the silence was never going to change. I waited in the aftermath, but I don't anymore. You left with the thunder, I stayed with the flow. Now the dust has settled, and so have I. I waited in the aftermath of our goodbye. I opened all the windows, let the daylight in, try to clear the silence from where you had been. I moved the furniture around, changed the shape of the room, but something in the quiet still sounds like you. I don't speak your name aloud, I don't need to try. It lingers in the space between every breath I sigh. The air still says your name, soft against my skin, like the walls remember where you once had been. The air still says your name, even when I don't. Love doesn't disappear, it just turns into a ghost. I walk past places we used to stand, the wind catches memories I didn't plan. Your laugh rides the evening like it never left, that moves through the quiet and rests in my chest. I thought time would thin it out like smoke in open space, but absence has a presence you can't erase. The air still says your name in the hush before I sleep. left too long. Maybe it will fade, but the atmosphere remembers every promise we made. I'm not haunted, just away. Stay open, the curtains move the same, and somewhere in the quiet, the air still says your name. I opened all the windows, the air still says, oh, the windows stay open, the windows stay open, the windows stay open. The air still says you're mine. The windows stay open. The air still says your name. The windows stay open. The windows stay open. The air still says your name. The windows stay open. The air still says your name. The air still says your name. I opened all the windows, the air still says your name, but softer than before. It doesn't pull me under like it did once before. The air still says your name, but I can finally breathe. Some love becomes the air you lose, and slowly learn walls to hold your laughter, and cracks along the paint. Every room still echoes what we almost became, and left without destroying what we built by hand. You just stopped believing, and I didn't understand. I thought if I stay steady, the pieces might align, but love doesn't rebuild itself just because it tried. I stayed in the ruins long after you were gone, walking through the wreckage like something could go wrong. I stayed in the ruins where we used to stand, holding on to broken like it was still a plan. Like it was still a plan. I dusted off the memories, arranged them on the shelf, preserving what we had could somehow save myself. You moved toward new mornings, fresh light in your eyes. I stayed beneath the ceiling where our sky died. Everyone said leave it, said nothing good remains, but I was loyal to the ashes, even when it rained. I stayed in the ruins, listening for your voice, pretending silence meant you just needed choice. I stayed in the ruins, afraid to start again. Sometimes letting go feels harder than the Maybe love isn't meant to survive the fall. Maybe staying isn't strength if there's nothing left at all. I wasn't brave, I was just scared to move. I stayed in the ruins till I saw the truth. You can't live forever inside what once was you. I stayed in the ruins, but I don't anymore. Somewhere between the dust, I found the door. The walls don't whisper now, they don't say your name. I stayed in the ruins, but I finally walked away. We still walk the same streets, still share the same life, but something shifted quietly, somewhere out of sight. You stand close enough to feel, but far enough to miss. reach for where you used to be, and only find the sunset just the same across the pavement where we stand, but there's space between our outlines that I don't understand. Our shadows don't touch, even when we do. There's distance in the daylight between me and you. Our shadows don't touch, though we're side by side. We look like we're together, but we're worlds apart inside. We still say good morning, still say good night, but words don't land the way they did, they barely feel right. Your hand still finds my shoulder, but it rests without weight. Love doesn't always shatter, sometimes it separates. I watch the way the light falls and traces where we stand. It used to blend us into one, now it draws two separate plans. Our shadows don't touch, even under the same sky. The warmth is still around us, but it passes us by. Shadows don't touch, no matter how I try. You're standing right beside me, but already saying goodbye. If I stepped a little closer, would the lines align? Or is the space between us something we design? I don't need a fight to know what's wrong. Our shadows don't touch, and that's how I know love doesn't always leave loudly, it just slowly lets go. Our shadows don't touch, though we still pretend. The sun keeps shining on us, but it won't make us blend. Stand beneath the same light, but it tells the truth. Our shadows don't touch, and neither do we. We sat across the kitchen light like strangers wearing skin. The future we had underlined was fading at the edges. You said maybe we've outgrown, I said maybe that's true. We both held pens in trembling hands and knew what we would do. It wasn't loud, it wasn't cruel, just careful and composed. Two hearts deciding quietly to loosen what we chose. That was the day we unrolled up, line by fragile line, crossed out every promise we once called mine. That was the day we unrolled us, with steady shaking hands. Not because we stopped caring, but because we couldn't stand. We folded up the photographs, didn't tear them in two. We spoke like we were saving face, like that's what people do. Your voice stayed calm and level, mine tried to stay the same. But love was leaving, sentence by sentence, without a fight to blame. We didn't burn the pages, we didn't close the book. We just erased the story with one long careful look. That was the day we unrolled us, where forever lost its sound. We didn't shatter into pieces, we gently set it down. That was the day we unrolled us, in a language soft and slow. Some endings are disasters, they're just things we let go. If love is something written, then maybe it can fade. Ink doesn't disappear at once, it slowly turns to gray. I don't regret the story, just the final page. That was the day we unrolled us, and I still feel the pain. Not angry, not destroyed, just different than I've been. That was the day we unrolled us, and somehow I still see we didn't lose a battle, we just chose to be free. Yeah, no slammed doors, no shattered trust, just silence where we stood. That was the day we unrolled and understood. You took your clothes and photographs, cleared your name from the mail. But there were things you left behind in ways I couldn't tell. Your laugh still lives in corners, your voice in every room. Like you forgot to pack the parts that still feel you. You left so carefully, like nothing would remain. But love leaves fingerprints you can't wash away. I'm holding the pieces you forgot, the ones you didn't see, the half-finished promises still resting here with me. I'm holding the pieces you forgot, scattered on the floor. You walked away completely, but something stayed for sure. Your coffee mug still lingers, though I moved it from the shelf. Certain habits echo even when you help yourself. You started something new, a lot of hands and heart, but I'm still carrying fragments of who you were at the start. I don't blame you for leaving or choosing something more. I just didn't know I'd keep the pieces you ignored. I'm holding the pieces you forgot, in silence and in sleep, in the space beside my pillow, where memory runs deep. I'm holding the pieces you forgot, even as they fade. Not because I need them, but because they stay. Maybe we never live cleanly, maybe we scatter light. Some parts of us remain in someone else's night. I don't hate what's left, I just feel it still. I'm holding the pieces you forgot, but I'm starting to release. They don't belong to me forever, they're only borrowed pieces. I'm holding the pieces you forgot, till they turn to dust. Love doesn't vanish instantly, it slowly loses us. One day there'll be nothing left on the floor, but tonight I'm still with the pieces you forgot.
Let's take this one deeper, more poetic, more cinematic, more weight in the imagery than. Here's a refined, sooner-ready version of it. I kept your head for the sky. Expensive out beneath the dark, tracing futures in the stars. You said forever felt so close, like it was written where we are. We split the sky between our hands, like it belonged to us somehow. But when you slipped beyond my reach, I didn't know what to do with now. You let your side fall quietly, like gravity was kind. I stayed holding everything you chose to leave behind. I kept your head for the sky when you couldn't stay, held up all the midnight blue you slowly gave away. I kept your head for the sky, balanced in my chest, carry constellations you no longer felt. The moon still hangs where we left it, but it doesn't look the same. It feels heavier above me, since it forgot your name. You moved on to brighter mornings, new light and different eyes. I stayed where we drew galaxies across unfinished lines. I thought if I stood steady, the stars might shift again. But even the sky can't hold what two hearts won't defend. I kept your hand for the sky, half of the sky, but I'm learning how to release. The stars don't fall without you, they just shift quietly. I kept your hand for the sky longer than I should. The night is still above me, but it finally feels understood. The sky was never missing, expansive and was never split in two. I just held more than my share when I lost you. You took the brighter mornings, the plans we used to make, packed up all the promises, left crumbs I couldn't take. The bed feels half familiar, the air feels half as warm. You left with all the weather, I stayed inside the store. I didn't chase your leaving, I didn't beg for more. I just stood among the fragments scattered on the floor. I live in the leftovers, what we used to be, in the half-spoken sentences you never gave to me. I live in the leftovers, in the silence you outgrew. You started something new, I stay with what was you. I drink from empty evenings where your voice once stayed. Talk to walls that don't reply but still remember your name. You walked into new daylight, new hands, a different view. I'm still rearranging memories that no longer include you. Maybe I should burn it down, clear the air and move. But I've grown used to breathing the spaces you removed. I live in the leftovers, an echo soft and small, in the outline on the pillow where your shadow used to fall. I live in the leftovers till they slowly fade. Love doesn't disappear at once, it just gets rearranged. Just rebuilding slow. I live in the leftovers, but I'm not staying there. The pieces don't define me, they're just what fill the air. I live in the leftovers, but they don't own my name. What once was ours and stay to understand. Oh, I live in the leftovers till I can live again. You took the brighter mornings, leftovers till I can live again. The door closed softly behind you, like it didn't want to wake the room. Your footsteps faded down the hall, but something stayed too soon. I stood there listening for the sound that wouldn't return. The silence hit a second later like it had something to learn. You didn't say forever, you didn't say goodbye, but the quiet grew between us, and I heard it multiply. It's the echo after you that keeps me up at night. Not the moment that you left, but what followed after. It's the echo after you that lingers in the air. Love doesn't end in silence, it leaves a sound there. Your laugh still hits the walls in ways I can't erase. Every room repeats your name in a softer, distant place. I don't chase your memory, it finds me on its own, like a voice inside an empty space, still trying to be known. I thought once you were gone, the hurt would fade away, but absence has a frequency that doesn't decay. It's the echo after you that stretches out the night. The way your presence lingers just outside my sight. It's the echo after you that follows when I move. I'm not holding on to you, I'm holding on to proof. If I could turn the volume down on everything we were, maybe I could finally rest without hearing you first. But echoes don't ask permission, they just remain. It's the echo after you that slowly starts to fade. Not because I stopped loving, but because time ain't space. The echo after you that taught me how to be alone in a quiet room without losing me. Running on to me, found out whisper your name, till then I live inside the echo after you. You said it softly in the kitchen, like it wouldn't bruise the air. Packed your reasons neatly, left them folded on the chair. You closed the door behind you, like you meant to spare the noise. But silence carries further than a breaking voice. I thought it would fade with distance, thought time would make it smaller. But the moment you walked away, your goodbye stayed longer. Your goodbye stayed longer than your footsteps in the hall, longer than the echo of your last call. Your goodbye stayed longer than the tears I let fall. You left in just a second, but the leaving stayed with me. At all, I cleared your side of the closet, moved your picture from the wall. I'm certain words don't disappear when they're spoken soft and small. I learned to say I'm okay, like you didn't mean a thing. But your goodbye kept repeating in everything. You walked into new daylight, like nothing had changed. I stayed behind with the sentence that kept saying your name. Goodbye stayed longer than I ever thought it could. You lingered in the quiet where we once stood. Your goodbye stayed longer than the love we tried to save. It didn't end dramatically, it just quietly stayed. It just quietly stayed. Maybe gentle endings last the hardest way, because there's nothing sharp enough to make them fade. I don't blame you, I just feel it still. Your goodbye stayed longer, but I'm starting to see it doesn't own the future, it just lived in me. Your goodbye stayed longer, but it's finally growing thin. Some goodbyes don't disappear, they just soften with time. You left that night forever, but something chose to stay. Your goodbye stayed longer than you did that day. Your goodbye stayed longer. Your goodbye stayed longer than you did that day.
We didn't wake up broken. There wasn't one loud fight, just longer pauses in between the way we said goodnight. You stopped finishing my thoughts, I stopped asking why. We both felt something changing, but let it pass us by. It didn't fall apart, it just felt soft, like snow you barely noticed, till the warmth it lost. That's when love turned quiet, not gone, just low, like a song still playing, but too far to know. That's when love turned quiet between you and I. Not enough to scream about, but enough to say goodbye. We still sat at the same table, still slept on the same side, but distance doesn't need a door to slowly grow inside. Your hand still reached for mine, but it felt more like habit. We stayed because it was easy, not because we had it. I think we both were hoping it would find a sound again, but silence grows the strongest when no one wants to bend. That's when love turned quiet, when effort felt too loud, when forever became a word we no longer said out loud. That's when love turned quiet, without a warning sign. Not shattered into pieces, just fading over time. I almost wish we'd broken, with anger in the air. At least then I'd have something concrete to repair. But quiet love leaves nothing to argue or defend. As when love turned quiet, and neither of us
us far. We let it dim between our hands, like something we forgot. That's when love turned quiet and gently walked away. Not every ending echoes, some just fade to gray. There was no final moment, no dramatic last line, just a softer kind of leaving when love turned quiet. You stopped asking how my day was, stopped staying on the line. Your voice fell slightly further every single time. You kissed me like a habit, not like you meant to stay. I felt it in the pauses before you looked away. You thought I didn't notice the distance in your tone, but I was counting footsteps before you left the room. I memorized you leaving before you said goodbye. The way your hands let go of mine, the shift inside your eyes. I memorized you leaving like I was studying the end. So when you finally walked away, it didn't shock me then. You said it's not that simple, like that would ease the fall. But love becomes transparent when it's not there at all. I traced the outline of your doubt before you spoke it clear. I knew you'd already left me, you were just still standing. I didn't fight the silence, I didn't beg or plead. I just watched you slowly become someone I couldn't keep. I memorized you leaving in every subtle sign, the way you stopped mid-sentence when the future came to mind. I memorized you leaving before it reached its name. So when the door closed softly, I'd already felt the same. Maybe it hurt less knowing, maybe it hurt the same. Watching love grow distant still feels like losing it anyway. I wasn't blindsided, just slowly undone. I memorized you leaving, but that didn't make me strong. It only made the ending feel like it took too long. I memorized your leaving, and now I understand. Sometimes we see it coming, but still don't let go of their hand. You thought it would surprise me, you thought I'd ask you why, but I memorized you leaving long before goodbye. glass shattered on the floor. No headlines in the air, just something quietly giving up while we were standing there. You said we'll be okay, like hope was still intact. But I felt the weight shift slowly, and everything we let, it didn't fall all at once. It folded in on itself, like a building losing structure, but still standing on the shelf. It was a silent collapse, no sound on the floor. We were still breathing next to each other when we lost it all. It was a silent collapse, no smoke, no flame, just something breaking inward without a name. We kept the peace so carefully, we kept our voices low, but love can erode in quiet without letting you know. You stopped reaching for my hand, I stopped asking why. We both felt the ceiling lower, but never said goodbye. I almost wished for chaos, something loud and clear, but silence has a power that's sharper than fear. It was a silent collapse beneath the steady sky. We looked like we were fine, but something had already died. It was a silent collapse, and I felt it first, the slow internal tremor before the surface burst. No one heard it happen, no one saw the crack. We didn't fall dramatically, we just never came back. I'm not angry, just hollowed out. It was a silent collapse, but it changed everything. The quiet did the damage without saying a thing. It was a silent collapse, and now I understand. Not every heartbreak shouts, some just slip from your hand. No thunder in the distance, no echo in the hall, just the sound of nothing after it all. You walked in like you always did, keys dropped by the door, but something followed close behind that hadn't been there before. You kissed me like a memory, not like you meant to stay. Your eyes were somewhere else already, even though you came home that day. I felt it in the air between us, in the way you wouldn't start. You didn't leave that night,
but something left your heart. Your silence came home first, before you packed your things. It sat beside me at the table, didn't say a thing. Your silence came home first, before the words were clear. I was living with the ending while you were still here. We talked about the weather, about work, about the day, but everything important kept slipping away. You stopped reaching for my hand, stopped filling up the space. The quiet grew familiar, it even knew my face. I think I started grieving before you said goodbye, because your silence told me you were already leaving my life. Your silence came on first, it settled in our bed, it lay between our bodies, and every word unsaid. Your silence came on first, long before the door. I learned to live without you while you were still in the room. If you had shouted maybe, I'd have known what to fight. But silence doesn't argue, it just turns out the light. I wasn't blindsided, slowly let go. Your silence came on first, and that's what broke my heart. Not the leaving that followed, but how it had to start. Your silence came on first, and now I understand. You don't always walk away, sometimes you just stop holding hands. You didn't slam the door, you didn't make it worse. You just let the quiet lead, and your silence came home first. We sat across the kitchen light, no storm behind our eyes, no raised voices cutting through, just long and careful sighs. You said maybe we're just tired, I said maybe that's true. Tired doesn't explain why I couldn't reach you. I kept waiting for the spark, for something sharp to ignite. But the loudest thing between us was the night we didn't fight. It was the night we didn't fight that told me we were done. No slam doors, no broken glass, no one had to run. It was the night we didn't fight, when silence filled the room. Love doesn't always burn away, sometimes it just goes still too soon. We still said goodnight softly, still turned off the light. something settled in the dark. It didn't feel right. Your hand lay close to mine, but didn't cross the space. I felt the ending in your breath before it showed on your face. I almost wished you shout at me, give me something to defend, but calm can feel like closure when you know it's near the end. It was the night we didn't fight that broke us quietly. No villains in the story, just you and me. It was the night we didn't fight when effort disappeared. We didn't lose in chaos, we lost in what we feared. If we had screamed and shattered, maybe we'd still care. But peace can sometimes signal there's nothing left to repair. I don't resent the silence, I just miss the flame. It was a night we didn't fight that made it clear at last. Not every love collapses, some just quietly pass. It was the night we didn't fight, and that's how I knew we weren't falling apart. We were fading through. No thunder, no dramatic end, just breath beneath the light. We didn't break in anger. It was the night we didn't fight. It was the night we didn't fight. There wasn't one last argument, no slam door, no blame. We sat across the quiet and watched it change our names. You said you needed distance, like it was something small. I nodded like it didn't feel like the end at all. We didn't throw the pieces, we didn't make a scene. We just stopped holding tightly to what we used to be. We broke without a sound, no crash against the floor, just something fragile in our hands that wasn't whole anymore. We broke without a sound, no warning, no alarm, just two hearts slowly loosening their hold on each other's arms. We still said I love you, but softer than before, like the words had lost their weight and didn't mean as much anymore. You reached for sleep beside me, I stared into the dark. Love doesn't always vanish, it just untreads the spark. I kept waiting for a sign, something sharp and clear, but the loudest thing between us was what we didn't hear. We broke without a sound, under the same roof, standing in the aftermath of a quiet truth. We broke without a sound, and that's what hurt the most. And not that we fought and fell, but that we let it had shattered loudly, maybe I know where to start. But silence leaves no edges to rebuild a heart. I don't hate you, I just miss us. We broke without a sound, but it still brought me down. The quiet did the damage without a single round. We broke without a sound, and I finally see not every ending echoes, some just cease to be. There's no ringing in my ears, no noise to drown it out. We broke without a sound, and that's how it still feels now. We thought closeness meant forever, like love couldn't divide. But time stretched out between us, and truth had room to rise. Your voice grew softer daily, till silence filled the air. I didn't know we were losing, till space was standing there. I thought love meant holding tighter every part, but distance has a language that learned my heart. The distance learned my heart in ways you never did. It showed me what I gave away and what I tried to fix. The distance learned my heart when you stepped aside. It taught me love can't fade even when you try. We blame the miles between us, but it wasn't just the road. It was the quiet growing wider in everything we didn't hold. I replayed old conversations, looking for a sign. But sometimes what you miss is what was never mine. I used to fear the space between goodbye and start, but space became the mirror that showed me who we are. The distance learned my heart, taught it how to stand without reaching across for an empty hand. The distance learned my heart that love can't survive on memory alone, or the hope we kept alive. Maybe we were meant to meet and then release. Not every love is broken, some are just incomplete. Yeah, I don't resent the space, it showed me clarity. The distance learned my heart and slowly set me free. It hurt, but it revealed what love was meant to be. The distance learned my heart, and now I understand. Closeness isn't measured by how long you hold a hand. We blame the miles apart, but that was just the start. It wasn't you who taught me. The distance learned my heart. You asked for more than silence, more than I'll try soon. But I kept choosing comfort while we were losing room. You said you felt alone, even when I was there. I didn't hear the warning till it hung in empty air. I thought love was patient, thought it would wait for me. But hearts don't pause forever just because you believe. I held on too late when you'd already let go. Reached for you harder when you stopped reaching back. I held on too late when the ending was clear. I started fighting for us when you weren't here. I replay all the moments I should have said your name, should have chosen closeness instead of staying the same. You didn't leave in anger, you left in quiet truth. And I didn't realize what I was about to lose. You were slipping softly while I stood still. I waited for a breaking point, but it was already real. I held on too late, I held on too late. Tried to change the past, but effort after goodbye never seems to last. I held on too late with words I couldn't send. Sometimes loving louder doesn't matter. If I had moved sooner, would you have stayed? Or was the ending written in every choice I made? I don't blame you, I blame my delay. I held on too late, but I finally see love isn't about catching up, it's about timing, honestly. I held on too late, and now I understand. You can't rebuild a future when someone's left your hand. I won't rewrite the story or pretend it was fate. I didn't lose you suddenly, I held on too late. Packed your things in careful lines, folded what we used to be. Took your name out of my phone, but left it in my memory. I turned the lights off in each room, closed the curtains to the sun. Said I'd finally let you go, like I was finally done. I shut the windows to the past, locked every place we used to go. But there's one space I never sealed, one thing I didn't close. You're the last door I didn't close, the quiet space I left unlocked, in case you ever changed your mind and found your way back. You're the last door I didn't close, tried. I let the whole way stay half lit for a hope I couldn't hide. I learned how to say your name without feeling it shake. I learned how to walk away without looking at your place. I told myself that moving on meant clearing every trace, but some goodbyes don't seal themselves, they just leave a little space. I don't wait beside that door, I don't sit and listen close, but I never turn the key on the last door I didn't close. You're the last door I didn't close, the ending I delayed, not because I needed you, but because I was afraid. You're the last door I didn't close, now I just barely there, a thin line between goodbye and wishing you still care. Maybe someday I'll be brave enough to seal it tight, to trust that if it's meant for me, it won't need a light. I don't regret the love, I just regret the pause. You're the last door I didn't close, but I'm learning now to see that leaving something open doesn't mean it's meant for me. You're the last door I didn't close, but maybe that's okay. Not every door needs slamming shut, some just fade away. One day I won't notice if it's open or closed, but tonight it's still there. The last door I didn't close.